The Art Beat, a weekly program putting you in touch with artists and arts events from the J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts at Texas Tech University. Hello and welcome to The Art Beat on KLZK FM 105.7. I'm your host, Peter Martins. Welcome as always to our program coming to you from the Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts at Texas Tech, where we highlight the people and the events and the places, in some cases, of the fine arts in and around Texas Tech and in the Lubbock community. I'm really happy to be talking today with a student in the MFA theater program at Texas Tech, Robyn Conner. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great. Thanks for being here with us. So MFA, Masters of Fine Arts.
Right, and specifically performance and pedagogy.
Okay.
So it's performance-based, but then also education-based, which is very cool. So I think we're one of the few that has an MFA in the pedagogy branch of it. So that's very cool.
Yes, there's a lot of arts practice being taught out there in communities, at schools even, that by folks who are really excellent performers, but who don't necessarily know how to teach.
Yes.
It's a separate discipline, right?
Just a little FYI here. I'm a retired school teacher. I taught for 29 years. And yeah, it is one thing to know something. It is quite another to teach it to someone else.
Indeed. Oh, wow. Okay. So, and an MFA is a terminal degree
Yes,
in
it
this area. And
Yes.
it's confusing. I get confused in academia because you always think of a master's level and a doctoral level as two separate things. But there are several disciplines where the master's is what
now,
you do and go out into the world.
Now you can. I mean, there are people that continue on and get their doctorate, and that's fine. But for myself, we are terminating. We are done.
It is terminal. Excellent.
Yes.
Well, you are involved with a festival of works coming up here, and now that we're in full swing of the spring semester at Texas Tech, we've got some student work that's coming out. I assume it hasn't been just started this semester because it's happening very soon. But this Festival of Monodramas starts on February the 2nd.
Yes. So as with all master's degrees, you have a thesis that you have to do, and you can write a paper, you can teach a class, or you can do a monodrama, which is what, ironically, all 8 of us in our cohort that are graduating in May, we all picked the monodrama.
Okay.
We write it, we direct it, we produce it, we memorize it, we perform it. And it can be anything as long as it's a one-person show.
Okay, so you write it and you are the actor. And
yes,
the only actor.
The only one.
Well, that makes casting easy, I guess.
Very
right?
easy. Makes rehearsal schedules so simple. Just, shall we rehearse today? I don't know. Maybe not. So yes, but with that, it's all on you.
Sure.
It's all on you. And we have a really cool, eclectic group of performances. Mine personally, I'll start with mine because I know mine. Mine is based on the play The Glass Menagerie.
Okay.
And that play has interested me ever since I performed it when I was in high school. And the treatment of the character of Amanda Wingfield, if you're not familiar, she's the mother that's often overbearing. That's how she's described. And so what I did is I researched what Amanda's life would have been like and the challenges she faced as a woman in the early 1900s, the challenges she faced as a single mother and being abandoned. And so my monodrama is telling her story that never got told.
Interesting.
And so I was very fortunate. My daughter lives in St. Louis, and Tennessee Williams wrote this play about this apartment in St. Louis that's still there. So I did a lot of research, went and visited my daughter, did a lot of research there. A lot of really interesting research about the lack of rights and privileges that women had in the 1900s and during the Depression and the war, and just how complicated it would have been to be a single mom at this time, and how that would most definitely affect her personality, her behavior. She's driven by fear. She's driven by panic. She's driven by the lack of control over anything in her life. And so I really kind of wanted to give her a perspective that wasn't such a negative connotation, a more realistic look at what a woman was going through. So that's mine.
That's the backstory. It kind of strikes me as like a Hamnet for Glass Menagerie in some ways.
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
so that's mine. But we also have, what's really interesting is Tori tonight, she was also inspired by the Glass Menagerie, and our monodramas go back to back, and hers is about Laura. so that after Tom leaves and we think that Laura's just going to disappear into oblivion, how she grows and her strength and her story. And so it's kind of cool that we both attended the Tennessee Williams Festival in Dr. Charney's class, and that inspired us. And so it's kind of cool that ours are more based in literature and in current literature or written literature. Then we've got, I know that Destiny Dunn, another MFA student, she wrote this one. She's fascinated with sci-fi. She wrote this incredible sci-fi monodrama. It's wonderful. We have E.B. Layton. She also is from New Orleans. Her monodrama is a personal account of living through Hurricane Katrina. Zach Judah, his is about the struggles of being a performer and, that feeling of, am I worth it? Am I good enough? We have...
So he has to express that while performing.
Yes. We have Taylor Robinson. Hers is about the loss of her mother that she experienced while she's been here. Ayanna Taylor, hers is about the strength of being a Black woman and finding that voice. And then Care Nagel, theirs is about finding their identity. And so it's really, I think I listed everybody, but it's really fascinating that we have all these different approaches to the same goal.
Right.
And now I feel like I've babbled on enough.
No, and you mentioned the kind of linkage between yours and Tori's, both responding in some ways to the Glass Menagerie, and that speaks to a bit of how these monodramas are presented over the course of the festival, right? So they're presented 2 per night,
right,
and back to back with a pause in between. I
right.
imagine.
So starting on the 2nd, there's 2 on. I think that's a Monday. Because I'm Tuesday. Yes. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's 2, 2, and 2. Destiny and Ayanna are on Monday. Tori and I are on Tuesday. Zach and Emma are on Wednesday, and Care and Taylor are on Thursday. Then we're dark on Friday to give us all a chance to kind of recuperate.
So you could see all 8 of these monodramas in the 4-day span there during
or
that week.
If you're busy and you're waiting for the weekend, there's 4 on the weekend. Destiny, Care, Ayanna, Emma will be on Saturday, and then on Sunday, it's myself, Tori, Zach, and Taylor, which that will be my 56th birthday. So how am I celebrating my birthday?
Getting on stage and performing. Nice. Well, I suspect you enjoy it.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
To some extent, right?
But yes, there will be, the monodramas, our requirement is it needs to be about 45 minutes.
Okay.
So some might be a little bit less. We were given, it's a stage 1 production level, which means there is no money. There is not. This is
shoestring.
Right.
Shoestring
it's focusing on us as actors and our performance and our ability to express these very personal our experiences. And so there's very little set pieces. There's very little, we do have lights and sound, but we mainly just have, it's just us. It's
not
us.
A lot of costume changes. I imagine.
And if anything, if it was basically, which I totally understand, it was like, if you want that, then figure it out, And so that's been another really cool part. Our cohort is very, it's crazy because I'm like the grandmother of the cohort, but we're very close. And so as we're having meetings, we're like, I've got a rocking chair. You need a rocking chair? Okay, I've got that. Who needs a table? Oh, I got a table. Can I borrow your couch? We're all collaborating together to help each other out and make sure that we have what we need, or do you need that? And so we're very close and supportive. So it's been easier in that aspect because we're helping each other out.
That's good. So they're monodramas, but it does there is a village behind each one, you might say.
Exactly. Okay. Bouncing ideas off each other and that kind of stuff.
So just to make sure the audience is clear on it, make sure I'm clear on it, that all 8 run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then those same 8 then repeat 4 at a time on Saturday, Sunday. Do we know starting times for those on the weekend?
On the weekdays, it's at 7:00. And so I would say 7 to 9 because our monodramas are 45 minutes. Give a few minutes for changeover. And then on Saturday and Sunday, they start at 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, to get boom, 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 boom.
Sure.
I think there's going to be a break in between the 2. So we're not going to force people to please sit down for 4 hours and watch. But I think there's going to be like a bigger break in between the two sessions. But yeah, I think in a way that's really cool. Last year, they only performed their monodramas once, and they had scheduled it right before we opened the Nerve of Minerva. And so a lot of us couldn't see them. We were in rehearsal and we didn't get to see them. Sure. And so while moving it to February was a tidbit stressful for those of us that are graduating. It was, for me, I'm glad because, number one, we're doing it twice, so family and friends have more opportunities to come in and see it.
Sure.
And two, there's nothing else going on. So
it's very early in the semester, so yes,
right.
That's
so
right.
Particularly for those, the second years and the first years that are going to do this, they get a chance to see what it looks like. Whereas a lot of our cohort, we didn't get to see what a monodrama looked like
You're
last
going
year.
in blind,
right?
Yeah, okay.
So I'm glad they moved it into its own space.
Good. So those times during the weekend, on the weekend, it's an easy parking situation on campus, which I know can sometimes be a challenge. Is this on the Majan Theater itself, or is it in the black box?
It's in the black box,
Okay,
and it's
that makes
free.
sense. And it's free.
It's free. Yes,
All right.
yes. So there you go. So for all of you that need a theater credit, you
Right.
need to see a show. Here you go.
That's right. And these are all like literally premieres, right?
Yes.
I mean, these are all new works. So
Yesterday, it was very cool this year. We've all been assigned a first year MFA as a stage manager to kind of help us organize everything. And then the practicum students who work with sound and costume and all that, they've been assigned to us to run lights and sound. So that's been great because we don't have to worry about that as
the
well.
technical side so much.
But yesterday was the first time I had performed it in front of anyone, and that was my stage manager, and I was so nervous. I was like, I've been in here rehearsing by myself for 3 weeks, and now,
another live person.
Yeah. And
now, that I will say that surprises me, having seen you play the goose so effectively in The Nerve of Minerva, the Justin Williams play last fall. Stage fright is not something I would think is part of your métier, but I guess it is.
Well, and it was funny that you bring that up because I said that to Emily, my stage manager. I said, I'm terrified. And she said the same thing. She was like, are you kidding me, Robyn? I've had classes with you. And I said, no, when it's your words, when it's something that I have written and only myself and my committee members, because this is a thesis. So Dr. Gelber, Dr. Charney, and Dr. Staley are my committee members. They've read it, but it's very vulnerable to put yourself out there. And so I know that
you can't hide behind this is not a very good script.
Yeah,
right? You can't say that.
Yeah. If it's bad, it's all me from top to bottom, and I'm fortunate. I mean, there are some, I spent some time as a single mom, and so there are some aspects of my life in it, but for some of our performers, these are very personal stories that we're sharing. And so there is that vulnerability of not only is it my work, it's my story. And, like I said, you don't want to get negative feedback from that. Not that anybody would, but, our brain.
Yes. Well, and I think it's a good lesson for any performer in any of the kind of live art forms that it's not that the professionals don't have a certain amount of anxiety or even stage fright or something, but they know how to handle it. They know how to channel it.
Right. Well, and it's different when there's an entire audience of people. I can zone that out, but it was just one person sitting there, and I was like,
I know that person's watching me. Yeah.
She has no one else to look at but me.
Right.
But she was very complimentary and gave me some great pointers, and so it was. I left yesterday was like, okay, I can do this.
Great.
So it felt good.
Excellent. Well, goodness, Robyn Conner, the time flies by
Yes,
here when we're having a great conversation. And so I'm going to say thank you for joining us here. And we look forward to seeing you on stage in the Black Box in the Majan Theater building starting on February 2nd.
Yes.
Your particular show is February 3rd. And then again on Sunday.
The 8th.
The 8th. Good. You know that date, right? Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having us. And please come and see these wonderful pieces of work. They're really good.
Yes. Thank you for bringing them to life over the airwaves like this. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. The Art Beat, a weekly program putting you in touch with artists and arts events from the J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts at Texas Tech University.